Hey, it's 7 Grains of Salt. Well, they held a cornholio info for the kids. They sure did, here in Finland. I'm not going to play that since it's in Finnish, but I will explain just a few things that they had to say. Now, kids were asking these questions after each one of these ladies made their statements. Just the same information, really, but next week they'll be making more decisions on the last few weeks of school, whether there'll be school at all and how they'll receive their report cards, and so on. Schools will not be holding any kind of last day parties, obviously. Reminded kids to keep good hygiene, exercise, take breaks when they're studying at home, just like recess time at school, and be in contact with your friends, but only by phone and FaceTime, not physically, since you kids are really good with technology today. Many fun things you can do in and around your homes, and they all stated they had kids as well, and they see how they're being affected. But don't worry, vaccines are coming, hopefully the beginning of next year, so 2021, hopefully by January. And they asked the question, when can we meet our grandparents again? Well, it's not physically possible right now, so it could be a long time before you're able to hug them or visit them. And then once made a statement at the end saying, we can delight in each other. A small message or a phone call to friends and grandparents and acquaintances, or a small surprise is important. Surprises and joys we all long for and need. I'll add the link for anyone who does understand Finnish. Well, it sounded very similar to what I saw on Will Smith, except for his was only 1 minute long, and these ladies spoke for a good, probably an hour or more. So let's watch this short clip from Will Smith.
Yeah, there's a series of questions from young people that I hope will open the conversation up.
I'm happy to answer questions that some of your people have.
What does COVID stand for?
Coronavirus disease-19. And the 19 is 2019. You need to stay 6 feet away from anyone else.
Is this ever going to end? Or is this something we're going to have to be doing for a good portion of our lives?
When we have a vaccine and we have enough baseline immunity, this is something you're not going to have to worry about for the rest of your life. It's tough now, and it may be tough for another year, but this is something that will go away, I promise you.
Well, I'm going to add a short clip from TruthStreams as well to go with this.
Future.
Even the issue of once you get the case numbers down, there's a lot of dialogue between our foundation experts and the government now, but what does opening up look like? You know, which activities like schools, have such benefit and can be done in a way that the risk of transmission is very low?
Yeah.
And which activities, like mass gatherings, may be, in a certain sense, more optional. And so until you're widely vaccinated, those may not come back at all.
Stating in a March 18 Reddit Ask Me Anything session that, quote, eventually we will have some digital certificates to show who has recovered or been tested recently, or when we have a vaccine, who has received it. Following his statement, the nation of Germany has already jumped on board, having announced its testing of a certificate program which would issue coronavirus immunity passports to indicate who is allowed to re-enter society. Health Secretary Matt Hancock recently announced Britain could follow suit, as the UK government is also considering issuing immunity certificates, potentially in the form of fun wristbands.
Well, I'll add the link below. I suggest watching that in its entirety. But to me, this is a bunch of bull, and that's what I have to say about this. And anyone who doesn't see that this is the New World Order, you are obviously blind. And then when I saw this, a mother arrested for letting her kids play in the park.
Move out of my way.
Wait, where are your kids? As a person, does this make sense to you? As a person, not as a police officer, as a person, does this make sense to you?
So I'm sorry, but this is not normal. Anyone who thinks that this is just because of a flu, you really need to start looking deeper into what is going on. I'll add all the links to these and more. But if this is how you want your kids to be studying in the future, then just keep listening to the media. But Otherwise, I suggest digging deeper, because this is what I call normal. This is what humans need to be doing. We're interacting, we're hugging, we're kissing. That's what we're used to doing with our grandparents and our loved ones. Yes, I think there's a lot of creativity that they've come out with here in Helsinki, some great artwork, but it's clear to me that their minds have been brainwashed. They're believing this hysteria and calling all of these people superheroes. Oh, be strong and of good courage, and fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord thy God, He it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. For the Lord thy God, He is with you always. He's promised to never leave us or forsake us. So fear not. Yes, be cautious and wash your hands and do things like this, but don't just stop living because these people are telling you to. Oh my, have a great weekend, but there's more to come, so stay tuned. God bless.